Welcome back to Is It Wrong to Have Girls in a Dungeon? Anime Review, episode number 30. This I'm viewing the 45th episode of the series, which is known as Mirabilis Chaos. This adapts from what I can tell the first half of chapter 3 from the book. From book 13. Yeah, and in case you're curious, though, there's a moment in the episode where they pull a directly from the book itself, which is the scene we see right here, which is the same as this cover, except that Ryu's clothing is not shredded like it is in the cover. So we start with this episode. We have Belle and the group of guys with like one woman, and they're hunting on some monsters, and of course they deal with these creatures pretty easily. These like fish monsters, I've heard of as mermen for some reason. Belle takes the leader, and then they're attacked by light quartus. Yes, these sentient metal things that fire lasers at them. Now I'm thinking, this is a fantasy world. How the heck do they know about freaking lasers? That's something completely baffling to me, to say the least. So Belle makes out with his Goliath scarf. Of course, everyone's shocked the fact he did this way. And of course, they walk about for a while, and then of course we hear some singing. Yes, some singing. Belle checks it out. He says, I'll check out, no problem. And he finds Marie. Yes, Marie. It's only been a few episodes since we last saw her. Great to see her again. So basically, she reveals that, well, there's this other creature down there that's not... By the way, before I get to that creature, we do see that there's this big hole in the ceiling. How the heck this was caused, and why in the world Dungeons are repairing it right now is completely unknown. So, she goes about this creature not supposed to be there. Belle asks where Ryu is. Of course, not done by a name, referred to as simply an elf with long ears and with like a hood. And of course, she takes him right to her, where she has just finished slicing up the tendons of a dwarf. Yes, a dwarf. And she asks, "What are you doing here?" Yes, seriously, she's mad at Belle being there. Belle wants to stop her. The other guys want to freaking kill her. So, then, of course, she leaves. And then he takes a dwarf. And he hears an explosion going off. Now, I highly doubt Gale Winter. I highly doubt Lou basically is. So, there was a dwarf. And then we hear that apparently the dwarf is actually one of a wanted man. Associated with the former guild. The Familia that murdered Lou's. And we have this dog guy with the guy with dog ears. Looks like the same type of species as Himitori. So he apparently got his ear chopped off, lost a leg. And apparently the guy is wanted because he was actually the last survivor of that guild, that Familia who massacred the Astronema Familia, and of course Lou is after them. And of course Lou takes all around. Of course Belle chases after her, and of course she catches up before she can basically deal a blow to him. And best we end there. Meanwhile, though, the rest of Belle's party, they're just chillaxing on the cliffside, and of course, like go after. They mentioned about the guy Turk, who apparently he's been there for 3 years. Though the thing is, they were asked by Belle to keep an eye on the werewolf, aka Turk, who had been there for 3 years and apparently hangs on with second-class adventurers. And he keeps claiming him into the lower floors. Oh, by the way, it's noted by Boars that for Belle, this actually was the first time he's been to 27th floor, because I think at that point he only just been to floor 25, then he went back up to floor 18. Yep. So, yeah, and of course, basically they chat for a while, and of course they Turk leave, and then we see Belle's party follow him because they're very suspicious of him, and there's a possibility he may be framing Lou for murder. Possibly, yes. And that's the episode for you. It's really good. I say that pretty much most of the stuff we see in the episode is pretty much pulled from the book itself. I can't think. I was reading through the book. It didn't seem like there was any changes. Not really. No, there was. I barely noticed it at all, because basically the episode moved at a pretty quick pace. Not too quick per se, but we're basically slowly going through this chapter right now. So I'm definitely looking forward to... Oh, they do cut some minor stuff out here. Some minor bits dialogue. I did notice that too. Where like some bits that I like was trimmed down a bit, which I think it doesn't really affect the episode at all. I think they cut it probably due to time. That's my personal guess, anyways. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Cyclo Review. Next up is going to be One Piece, then Baruto, then back to Spaceship Gavin. Okay, next video. Bye.